Hello there, and welcome back to Telegram Guy. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to host multiple bot instances, yes, multiple bots, in just one Koeb instance, using the Botcluster repository. This is version 2, by the way, version 1 was originally uploaded by VJBots. Now, before we begin, just a quick heads up, Botcluster doesn't support leech bots or file-to-link bots, because those bots also use the app URL of the hosted site, and that can cause some conflicts. So, better to avoid those types with this setup. Alright, let's dive in. First, open the GitHub repository, and scroll down a bit until you see the section called Setup Guide. There, you'll see the first example of the arguments. Go ahead and copy it, we'll be using that in Telegram now. So, let's break down what each of these arguments means. The first one is bot name. This just refers to the number or name of the bot you're running. Like bot 01, bot 02, and so on. Since this is my first bot, I'll go ahead and replace that with bot 01. Next, we have the Git URL. This is simply the link to the GitHub repository of the bot you want to host. In this case, I'm using a public repository, so I'll just paste the GitHub URL in place of the Git URL. Then comes branch. This tells Botcluster which branch of the repository to use. Most of the time, it'll be something like main or master. For me, I'll use main. Now, the fourth argument is really important. It's the run command. This is the actual file that will start the bot. It could be bot.py, main.py, start.sh, or even update.py. Just a little warning, don't use Dockerfile here. This command needs to run a Python file or a shell script, not a Docker file. To find the correct one, just check the repository's Precfile or Dockerfile, it's usually mentioned there. And finally, we have env, which stands for environment variables. Now personally, I recommend setting your environment variables directly in the bot's config file inside the repo, and only entering the port number here in this setup. That's much easier, and it keeps things clean. But if you really want to enter them here, just make sure to use the right format, with variables and values inside curly brackets, separated by commas. And that's it for the first bot argument. Now let's move on to the second one. For the second bot, I'll be using a private repository, and for that, we'll need something called a GitHub Access Token. If you don't know how to generate one, don't worry, here's how. Go to your GitHub account, open your dashboard, and click on Settings. Once you are inside, scroll down and look for Developer Settings, click on that. Now, go to Personal Access Token, then select Token Classic, and click on Generate New Token. It'll ask you why you are generating the token, just fill in a short reason. Next, set the expiration date. I usually go with 7 days, but you can choose whatever suits you. Then, under Scopes, select Repository, scroll all the way down, and click Generate Token. And here's the important part, once the token is generated, copy it right away, because you won't be able to see it again. If you miss it, you'll have to create a new one. Now let's go back to Telegram. To use this token with your private repo, copy your private GitHub URL, but before github.com, add your GitHub username, then a colon, then paste the access token, and after that, type in it and continue with github.com. That's how your private GitHub URL will look, simple as that. Now I'll repeat the same process for the second bot. I'll replace bot name with bot 02, since this is my second bot. Then replace the Git URL with the private URL we just created. Set the branch again to whatever your repo uses. For me, that's main. And for run command, I'll check the repo again and find the right file, same process. For env, I'll once again just enter the port number, but this time, a different one. Remember, never use the same port for multiple bots, and don't use 5000 either, because that's already being used by the server itself. Also, this new version of Botcluster supports specifying a Python version. So, if your bot needs Python 3.9 or 3.10, you can mention that too, just make sure it's one of the supported versions listed in the repository. Okay, now that both sets of arguments are ready, it's time to deploy. Go back to the BotCluster repository. Scroll up just a bit, you'll see a list of supported Python versions. Pick one that matches your bot. Now scroll down again, and you'll find the Deploy to buttons. BotCluster supports Heroku, Render, Koyab, and VPS. In this video, I'll be showing you how to use Koyab. Click on Deploy to Koyab, it'll redirect you to the Koyab dashboard. Once you're there, scroll down to the Environment Variables section. Click on it, and you'll see an entry called cluster_o1. Paste your first bot's argument, the one for bot o1. Then click on plus add another, and name it cluster_o2. Paste the second bot's argument, the one for bot o2. Now just scroll down, and click the Deploy Now button. Give it a moment, your service will begin deploying. Once it's done, you'll see the status turn to healthy. In the deployment logs, look for the message. Bot O1 has entered running state and stayed up for more than 1 second. And the same for bot O2. That means, both of your bots are now up and running successfully. Now let's test them. Copy the app URL from the Koyab dashboard and head back to Telegram. Here's my first bot, it's a file store bot. And you can see that the bot is replied to the command and works fine. So, let's check the second bot, which is a rename bot. The bot replies to the commands and works fine also, so both of the bots hosted on Koyab using bot clusters are working perfectly. And now for the app URL we copied. Keep that app URL safe. You can use it later to stop or restart your bot service without needing to log into Koyab again. If you open the URL, it'll ask for a username and password. The username is admin, and the password is password123, both are mentioned in the BotCluster repo. After you log in, you'll see a neat little dashboard. Click on it, and you'll get access to a control panel. From there, you can stop, restart, pause, and even check the logs of your bots, all in one place. And that's pretty much everything about the BotCluster repository. And don't forget to read the notes, because it will be updated for every new version. If you've got doubts or questions, go to the top of the repository, you'll see a link to their official Telegram channel. Click on it, and from there, you can access their support chat. Share your doubts in the group, and you will get your answers soon. And finally, huge thanks to Mystery Demon for creating this powerful repository, and for his dedication in making it possible to host multiple bots inside a single service. Alright, that's it for today's video. I'll see you all in the next one.